This is the mammary gland, extend from the second rib to the sixth rib, and from the lateral border of the sternum up to the mid-axillary line. Part of it will extend into the axilla. It is called as the axillary talus pelvis. See, if you see here, it is in the superficial field. Just above that will be the skin. Okay, then it will be deep inside the. Okay, so the surgeries are easy, but the involvement is huge. So that's why it becomes difficult. Okay, so if you see here, there will be glandular tissue as well as the stroma. Okay, where there will be fibrous stroma as well as the fatty stroma. So a huge quantity of fat will be there and will be mobile because of a space behind this. This is called as the retromammary space. And if you see here, this is the pectoralis major muscle. Okay, this is the pectoralis major muscle here, and just above that will be the pectoral fascia. And between the pectoral fascia and the gland will be the retromammary space. On that, this mobile, the mammary gland will be easily mobile. Okay. So this is the mammary gland, and you can see the nipple and the areola, and on the areola you can see these glands. These are called as the glands of the Montgomery. You see here small elevations, so you can see here those elevations are because of the glands of the Montgomery. Okay, this is what we can see here, nothing else we can see. So you should know the blood supply, venous drainage, nerve supply, everything. The lymph nodes involved. Okay, okay. So that is about the mammary gland. Then going to the yesterday's topic. You have to come closer and see. Okay. If you see here, these are the female reproductive organs we are seeing now. So initially, before that, we have in the front of this. This is actually the uterus here, and in front of the uterus, this is the urinary bladder, and behind will be the rectum. Okay, these are the relations, anterior and posterior. Okay, and this is the uterus here. This is the body of the uterus, and on the top, this is called as the fundus. Okay. Below this one, between the two fallopian tubes, this part will be called as the fundus. On the top, this whole thing is the body, and below this is the cervix, and below that will be the vagina here. Okay. So here, these are the two fallopian tubes on either side. You can see here, this is the fallopian tube. And if you can see here, this is the fimbriated end. This is also called as the infundibulum or the fimbriated because like finger-like projections. Yeah. And below that, these are the ovaries. This is the ovary. And here, this is the ovary. These two are the ovaries. Okay. And this is the infundibulum. Can you see the ovaries? These are the ovaries here. This one. Here is second. And this is the infundibulum, and here this is the ampulla. This is the remaining part will be behind the infundibulum is the ampulla, and near the body it will be the isthmus, and deep inside within the wall of the uterus will be the interstitial part. These are the four parts of the fallopian tube: infundibulum, the ampullary part, the isthmus, and the intramural part. Okay. So these are the four parts of the fallopian tube, and here you can see the ovary. Okay, and then you have to see two important structures here along with this. One is called as the round ligament. This is the round ligament here. This is the true ligament. Okay. This is the round ligament, and the second one is the broad ligament. This one.
Could you show me again?
This is the broad ligament. False ligament. It is nothing but the peritoneal fold. Okay. It covers the whole of the.
What is round ligament again, please?
This is the round ligament. This is the true ligament, and this is the broad ligament. Okay, this is the false ligament. This is nothing but the peritoneal fold on either side. As I said, if you spread your hand and put the cloth on that, it looks like similar to that. Okay, so this whole thing is the false ligament or the broad ligament. Okay, and this round ligament is the true ligament. Okay, and here between the bladder and the uterus, the fold of the peritoneal come, and there is a pouch here. This is called as the
uterovesicle.
utrovesical pouch, or vesico-uteral pouch. I think both are same. Okay. So it will be the utrovesical pouch in between. Okay. The second pouch is behind. Okay. This is called as the rectovaginal fold. Okay. Fold, and the pouch is called as the. It is also called as the pouch of Douglas. Okay. This is important because clinically again, whenever the person stand, the lady stand, if there is any free fluid because of the carcinomas or puncture of the intestine or something like that, all the fluid will come and settle there. Okay, ask the patient for 5 minutes to stand, and after that taken X-ray or the ultrasound. At that time you can see that there is collection of fluid. If there is any free fluid in the abdomen, then there is some problem. So it can easily diagnose the things here. Okay, so that's why the pouch of Douglas is important. So the first pouch here in the front will be called as the vesico-uterine pouch or utrovesical pouch. The second is the rectovaginal pouch. These two pouches are important here. These are the two pouches which are there in the pelvis. Okay, and how do you identify? If you see here, the round ligament is here, and here there is something. What is this? What is this? This is coming from the bladder, so it should be ureters. Urethra is below. Okay, these are the ureters. So don't get confused whenever it is there. See from where it is coming. If it is coming from the uterus, then it should be round ligament. If it is coming from the bladder, then it should be the ureters. Okay. So because if you see here, it looks similar. Actually, in the normal human, this will be open, dilated, but this will be flat. Okay, but here in case of the plastinate specimen, everything has become same. So here, if you see the round ligament and the ureters are looking similar, so how do you to identify, differentiate between these two? If it is coming from the bladder, then it should be ureter.
Yes.
Okay, so it is going into the bladder and opens into the bladder from the kidney. Ureters. Okay, and if it is coming from the uterus, then this is the round ligament. Okay, there are other ligaments. They are all below in the pelvis. Okay, one is the urogenital diaphragm, then the pelvic diaphragm, as well as the pubocervical ligament, transverse cervical ligament, sacrotuberous ligament. All these ligaments are down below. Okay, that we cannot see. Okay, but you can see, what you can see is one is the round ligament and the broad ligament. These are two ligaments you can see easily. Okay. And you can see even there is one ligament called the ovarian ligament here. Okay, that also you can see. Ligament of ovary. Okay, it is for the ovary, not for the uterus. Okay, and beside this will be the uterine artery. On either side will be the uterine artery. Yeah, uterine artery will be here. Ovarian artery will be supplying the ovaries. Along with that, a small contribution will be to the fallopian tubes as well as the uterus. Okay. Main contribution will be to the ovaries. Okay, so the main artery here on either side will be the uterine artery. You cannot see them because it is in the two layers of the broad ligament. It will be deep inside this. Okay, now when they plastinate it, the thing becomes one. Okay, so it will be deep inside the two folds of the peritoneum, that is the broad ligament. Okay, so that's what you can see here. Okay, one is the bladder. Okay, in the front, then you can see this is the utrovesical pouch. This is the uterus with the fundus, body, and below will be the cervix, and the vagina is here. And
where is the cervix?
Cervix will be deep inside here. Okay, again,
and the fundus and the body?
This is the body, this is the fundus. Fundus is between the two fallopian tubes. Wherever the two fallopian tubes open, whatever is above it is called as the fundus. Okay. So these are the two fallopian tubes. Okay.
So the floor is the rectovaginal pouch exactly
here.
Rectum, this is here will be the rectum. Rectum has been removed. Okay, rectum will be here, and between the rectum and the uterus, because it is going down, it goes up to the vagina. So that's why it is called as the rectovaginal pouch, because it is deep inside. Okay, so it will be here. Okay, so these are two fallopian tubes. The fallopian tube, this is the infundibulum, or it is also the fimbriated end. Okay. This is the more major part will be the ampulla, where the fertilization will be taking place, and here will be the isthmus, and deep inside will be the intramural part. These are the four parts of the fallopian tube, and these are the ovaries on either side. Okay, this is the ovary, here is the ovary. Okay, and this is the broad ligament and the
Doctor, what is the difference between ambula and
isthmus?
Ampulla and
I mean
isthmus.
in the place, yeah.
Yeah, ampulla will be the major part here, big part, which is dilated part where the fertilization. Isthmus is the narrow part here, which is very close to the body. Okay, isthmus means narrowing, but narrow part. But here, more narrow is the intramural part, because it is just 1 millimeter compared to these 2 millimeters. Okay.
Is it clear here to intramural part?
Intramural part will be deep inside in this.
Within the
wall. Whatever the tube is there within the wall, because this uterus has a thick wall. Now it is a pelvic organ. Okay, it is looking small, 30 to 40 grams. But once there is any pregnancy, then it starts enlarging itself. There will be hypertrophy as well as hyperplasia, addition of cells as well as the increase in the size of the cells. So they start blowing out, and it extends to a very large extent. Then it becomes abdominal organ. Pelvic organ becomes an abdominal organ at that time. Okay, and it goes up to the dome of the diaphragm. These relations are important because during later stages of pregnancy it will press on the bladder. So the lady will be complaining of frequent urination. Okay, and it will be compressing on the rectum, so there will be constipation. Okay, and it goes, I said, it will blow up to the very large extent, up to the whole of the abdomen, and it goes and presses even the dome of the diaphragm. So there will be difficulty in respiration. Okay, see, all these complaints are normal. Whenever if the patient comes to you with this complaint, then you should explain that this is normal thing. Once she delivers, everything will come down to its normal. So you should know all the relations of this uterus. Okay, so this is how it looks like here. Okay, when it is non-pregnant. Okay,
these are the ovaries, doctor?
These are the ovaries. This one and this one. Just below the infundibulum will be the, you can see the ovaries. Okay. That's all we can see here. Okay.
Thank you.
That's it?
That's it. Somebody scan you there? In brief what?
Yeah, just the parts in brief.
Once again?
Yeah, but just in 1 minute.
Okay. This is the bladder.
Okay.
These are the two ureters of the bladder.
Okay.
Okay. This is the uterus. So this pouch here, which is formed between these two, will be called as the utero-vesical pouch. And this is the fundus of the uterus.
Okay.
This is the body of the uterus. Below will be the cervix. And this is the fallopian tube. This is the infundibulum part. Okay, or the fimbriated end. This major part will be the ampulla. Then here will be the isthmus, and intramural part will be within the wall. And this is the ovaries. And behind this uterus there is the relation of the rectum. Between the rectum and the uterus is a pouch called as the recto-vaginal pouch. Okay. And here you can see the round ligament which is coming from the uterus, and the broad ligament is there, this one on either side. This one and this one, which is the fold, big fold. Two broad ligaments. Two round ligaments also. Okay, here it is cut, but here you can see. Okay. On either side. This is the round ligament. This is the round ligament. Okay. It is cut here, but you can see here the round ligament. Broad ligament you can see on either side. Okay. Here is the peritoneal fold. So broad ligament is the false ligament, and round ligament is the true ligament, fibrous ligament.
Okay. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you.